Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I ain't gonna lie, I really hate to make this video, but I'm gonna make it anyway. And I'll tell you why. Number one, because I am an American living in China, I get lots of comments on my videos, and it's always some stuff about politics, about whatever, America's doing this and doing that, or China's doing this and doing that. It's like all the time. It's been going on since I started this channel a few years ago. It's always, and I don't really talk about politics. To be honest with you, I really hate talking about politics. But they always bring up political stuff in the comments and this and that. So this is gonna be my one and only video about politics. Now, it's probably not gonna be the video that y'all expected or the video that y'all really want, but yeah, it is what it is. I can only tell you guys what I think and what I feel. I can't really tell you anything else. So yeah. Actually, sorry, I'm in my kitchen right now. I just get back from the gym and I'm making me a protein shake. It's actually really windy outside today. I'll tell you guys about this real quick, because here they put out a warning. I mean here in the city where I'm living in Luoyang. They put out a warning, like they sent the warning to my phone. Actually, I got a text message in Chinese, and it basically says that like I should stay inside and not go outside today because it's like danger because of the wind. It's extremely windy outside. We're not having like a tornado or nothing, but it's like crazy. I went outside anyway, of course, but I went to the gym and man, there's stuff blowing around everywhere. The wind is strong. It's like sand and stuff just like blowing around in the air, like blowing in your eyes and stuff, and trash and debris, all kind of stuff are just blowing everywhere. Everybody's bicycles and e-bikes and all that stuff are just laying on the ground. Like the wind is really, really strong. Like I'm driving the e-bike, and it's like the wind just blowing me all over the road. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, it's super windy out there. So that's why I'm not outside, because you guys wouldn't hear me, because the wind will be so strong. You guys wouldn't hear what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm making my shake. So yeah, so that's why I'm in the house today. But anyway, let's get into this talk, this political discussion that you guys are not gonna like, because people ask me about this all the time, especially now because these things with the tariffs and all that stuff going on. So I'll just tell you guys what I think, or how I feel about it. Sorry, I'm busy, guys. Sorry, I'm just going through my thing, chat to you guys. You guys always see me in the kitchen for some reason. So anyway, yeah, as far as like, what do I think or how do I feel about this new trade war and tariff thing that's going on between America and China? I'll tell you what I think. First of all, I think, well, this is just gonna be a rant, I guess. I don't know, what do you want to call it? When it comes to this kind of stuff, I try to really not pay attention to it, because the way I feel and what I think is, the news, because all this stuff comes on the news, right? And in my opinion, the news shouldn't be called the news. The news should be called the bad news, because that's all it is. Anytime you turn on TV and see the news, it's always some bad news, right? Somebody's feeding you some stuff to scare you, you know what I'm saying? It's always fear, because those things get views, whether it be in TV news or in the social media or news articles on blogs. It's always fear, fear, fear. Something bad is happening, right? So the news really should be called the bad news and not really the news, in my opinion. And that's one of the reasons why I typically don't watch the news and don't watch TV and that kind of stuff, because it's always something bad, and they like scare people into stuff, or scare people into thinking some certain things and this and that. And so that's one reason why I don't really pay attention to news and politics that much. It's always very divisive. And it's of my opinion that, especially when it comes to America and China, I mean, these are two of the biggest economical powerhouses on the planet, there's really nobody better than America and China. Like in terms of, you know, economy and this kind of things, and just the impact that these two places have on the entire globe. And for me, like, just the way I view things and the way I think about things based on my own personal philosophy, you know, if America and China would actually work together, like in a good way, not talking about ending the trade war, but so many other things that need to be done. If they worked together and was like on the same team, they could make this entire globe like just flourish. It could be like, we could be living in an amazing time. But because all the tensions and all the things going on, all the button heads that's been going on since forever, as far as I've been alive, in terms of China and America. I mean, we have trade deals and get along with each other and all this and that, but there's always some propaganda going on. You know, America saying these bad things about China, China says bad things about America, and they're always telling each other, you know, America tells American people, oh, China is bad, blah, blah, blah. And we have all these bad ideas about China and hate China and Chinese people for all the bullshit that we hear on the news. And the same thing happens here in China. China does the same thing America does. It's kind of the same playbook. They put out their stuff. You know, America's doing this and America's doing that, and these bad things happen and blah, 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 blah. It's the same damn playbook in both places, where if they could just get rid of that shit and come together, they could make this world just truly amazing, even though it already is amazing, but they can make it even more amazing, and it would be great for everybody. Just a minute. Sorry, I was blending up my shake. It was noisy and I didn't want to hurt you guys' ears. So, but anyway, yeah, like I'm saying, it's just crazy, man. Like, why can't they just work together? You know, I've been blessed with the opportunity to, you know, spend half of my life in America, my home, where I grew up. And, you know, now that I'm older and looking back on my childhood and my younger days as an American and things like that, I've seen a lot of cool and interesting things that America has, and a lot of things that it's able to do, and the potential that it brings for lots of people all over the world who come to America, and just people all over the world in general. But I also spent half of my life, like really almost, well, not half, but pretty close, you know. I've spent nearly 2 decades living abroad, okay? And I've spent 15 years here in China. I'm 44, so I guess you could say like a third of my life, right? A third of my life living in China. And I've also witnessed how great China can actually be in terms of, you know, opportunities. I've seen China grow and develop since I've been here. Like when I first came, it's totally different than it is now. And I've been a part of this growth and development of China, being able to experience it and being able to learn from the mistakes I made in America. Because when I was younger in America, at that point in time, America was also having like this, you know, economic boom, and I was poor because I was too young or just not smart enough to take advantage of that opportunity at that point in time. But since I've been living in China, I've learned from my past in America, and I've seen like the things China has been going through over the past 15 years is the things that America was kind of going through back, you know, 30 years ago when I was younger, and I could see the similarities. And so I learned my lesson from those mistakes that I made in America and put that into use here in China. And I've been able to grow, you know, not just financially, but I've grown a lot financially and learned from the mistakes I made to position myself in a good place to take advantage of the opportunities that I've seen here in China. But then not just that, but I've also grown, I guess, spiritually as well. Like, well, I don't know how to say spiritually. I don't mean like in a religious way, but I mean in terms of myself, like looking inside of myself and, you know, learning more about myself and being better and this kind of things. So I've taken advantage of those opportunities. But which brings me back to what I was saying. If the two countries could work together, the whole entire world could experience these same opportunities, this same growth. But, you know, China and America, they got to work together. They can't just keep fighting and, you know, over this kind of stuff. And just gotta be a way that they can work together and make this world better. Well, there is a way. There's plenty of ways to do it, and I got plenty of ideas of how they can do it. But you know, I'm not a politician or an economist, so I can't really say like, you know, that those ideas are good ideas or something like that. But yeah, it's just how I feel about it, man. I just think that this is just a bunch of nonsense. They need to be coming together, working together, and drop the egos in both countries. And I think they can make the world a much better place. But in terms of other political stuff, you know, I'm not going to get into it because people always talk about stuff. You know, a lot of, especially, I'm not trying to push viewers away, but also I'm not going to say things that I don't feel or believe in. But, you know, a lot of Americans have this misconception, this idea about Chinese. They always hear this, they always bring up communism stuff and this and that. And that was, you know, that was the old paradigm. That was, you know, you guys are thinking about communism in the sense of like 1930s type stuff. It's not like that today. China is not like that at all. And if you guys have that thought or that feeling, that idea, then I'm telling you, it is completely wrong. But the only way you could really know is to actually live here and see it and experience it for yourself. So I'm not trying to like, you know, I'm not gonna make videos and try to sway somebody's opinion and this and that. People call me communist. I think my own father called me a communist before. It's kind of funny. So, you know, I just don't get involved in that kind of stuff, man. I could care less about politics. Because for me, in my opinion, I'm not gonna sit around and wait for something to change, right? Like, I think if you're sitting around waiting for something to change, what I mean by that is like, you know, you're waiting for this president, not just the one we have now, but any president. You're waiting for a president to come in and make a change that's gonna make your life completely different than what it is now. It's not gonna happen. It doesn't matter which country you're living in. You know, if you want something to change, you gotta change. You know, the world has been the same. Like, it's really been the same for the past, as long as recorded history has been recorded, the world has been the same. What I mean by that, it's just always been like opportunity mixed with struggle, right? There's always opportunities. There's a season for opportunities when things grow and flourish. And then there's another season when things get bad, right? It's the opposite. Things get tough, times get hard. The whole world has been through this since the beginning of recorded history. And it's not that one person changed the world or this and that, right? You can change your world yourself. If you decide to look at the news every day and see all this negative stuff, and you're always stuck in this negative mindset, you're always consuming negative stuff, you're gonna be a negative person, and good things ain't gonna come to you. And if you look at things on the bright side, even in tough times, you can still make the best of it. You can still learn from those experiences and grow as a human being. And that means you're changing. And when you're changing, your whole world changes. And so that's just my spill on that. I don't think anybody's coming to save us. You gotta save yourself, man. So that's why I don't worry about these tariffs. Like, I have a business here where I'm selling imported fitness supplements. And are the tariffs gonna affect my business? Maybe. But at the same time, am I worried about it? Am I like gonna get upset about it and worry about it? No, I'm not, because it's out of my control. The only thing I can do is take this experience and learn from it and figure out how to make myself, I would say, like, where none of this matters, where I still feel good every day. Doesn't matter if my bank account's going up or going down, or I'm spending extra money, or it's costing me more money to do business or whatever, this and that. I don't look at it that way. I look at it like, you know, what can I take from this experience and learn from this experience so this doesn't happen to me again, right? And that's the thing, that's what we need to do, just change. So anyway, I guess my rant is over. That's all I got to say. I'm not gonna talk to you about politics anymore. It's just, I don't like this kind of stuff. I just prefer to just chill, live my life, and enjoy life as it comes at me, and enjoy the things that I create in my life. And anyway, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna go out in the wind again and get my hair cut. I got a thing to do on Monday. I got this speech to do. I gotta like stand up and do this speech on this like live stream, and like thousands of people watching all of that. So I'm gonna have to shave my face a little bit today, get a haircut, get cleaned up so I look good for the speech. And I'm gonna go do that now. And then yeah, man, I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.